Would you like some shitty players to podcast about a game they're not good at?
What's up, Digidesk, and thank you for listening to the Security Check Digimon TCG podcast. Make sure to join the Cataclysmic Cardboard Discord server via the link in the description. And now, let's jump into the digital world.
That's the only way I know how to get Craig in here.
Oh, yeah. No, it's all good. You think they'll ever change his creepy... I guess that's the coolness of it for some people. He's a bot.
His Freddy Fazbear's looking ass.
Yeah, and it's now recording.
Maybe somebody will modify him to give him Claptrap's voice from Borderlands.
Oh god, I would.
I love Claptrap, but then again, after 200 hours of that game, hearing him, nah. Not ready for Claptrap. Are you ready? So I guess we'll just ease on into this. What have you guys been doing? I haven't got to go to locals in a month. So.
I missed 2 in a row, and then last week's didn't fire.
Yep.
Chris got to do but you got to teach and show, and hopefully brought a new one into the play group.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He seemed to have had fun and enjoy it. I had most of the cards he was looking for outside of the stuff I knew I just straight up didn't have. Need one more Balmon X antibody. If you have a spare one of those lying around, Mikey.
Oh, I'm about 1,000% positive.
I could have swore I had 4, but I only had 3.
I only run 3 in my deck list, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, well.
So I know I've separated all. It's over there. I haven't. I've been working on trying to pack it all up because I think now we're actually going to invite you over to do the electrical work in the next couple of weeks. So yeah,
it's fun. No rush.
Yeah, well, we're cleaning up. So, but yeah, so a new guy. I'm assuming that's the person we added to the group.
The Facebook group chat. Yeah.
Been on fire. He's just Digimon. Digimon is his thing though, not just the card game.
It is not just the card game. He had 2 or 3 of the V-Pets with him. He had one of the wristwatch V-Pets, and then
he had 2 of the more. Yeah, he had 2 of the bricks hanging on his bag. So
yeah,
made me proud.
He is just a Digi fanatic.
I like that.
Good. I didn't get to talk to him a whole lot. I was too busy getting my shit shoved in Yu-Gi-Oh. So
you were too busy not reading your cards.
Was indeed doing that. And it's not that I wasn't reading them; it's that I was misreading them. There was a line of text on one of those cards that said, send from your deck, and I sat on that card for 4 turns. Oh man, I need this card from my deck in my graveyard, and I totally had this card on the field for 3 turns. That would have sent that card from my deck to the graveyard.
Oof.
Yeah.
That's I
got it confused. So both cards have an effect, and the cost is I got to send a level 1. But one of them is I got to discard it from my hand, and then the other one is I got to send from the deck. So I confused them. So I had that one on the field and had it in my head that it was the discard from hand one, and it was not. It was not.
Sorry. But I still had to step away for a minute. My wife doesn't know how to start Mario Kart on the TV.
You're fine. But yeah, no, I've not been doing a whole lot. Work, and believe it or not, more work.
Jeez.
Luckily, mine hasn't been work. Like I said, I've been in the process. We finally cleaned up because I moved a lot of my cards into the kitchen, the dining room. And now I've moved it all back to the garage, and I have been building a lot of decks and building up the gumption to actually make some, I feel like, a new style of deck tech video.
Okay.
So
Well,
that's what I've been brewing on.
Revolutionize
Heck yeah.
the format, bro.
Let's go for it. Make it happen.
I think it'll be good. They're going to take longer, but we're going to put out. My thought is TikToks. We're going to still do deck techs in 60 seconds, and then there will be a link to the YouTube video where we will go into a way deeper strategy and options of why you do this and why I think it makes the deck tick. Not just explaining how the deck should work, but how it plays into other meta decks, even if it isn't a top tier deck. So that's what I've been brewing on. What have you been doing, Tiny?
Well, aside from Digimon every other weekend, because it's hit or miss. Sometimes it fires, sometimes it doesn't. But I go whenever it fires. Usually I'm there. Aside from that, lately I've just been working and playing a lot of Pokemon and Armored Core intermittently.
Armor Core?
Armored Core 6. Yep. Armored Core is incredibly good. It's a mech shooter, but it's made by FromSoft, the people who make the Soul series and Elden Ring. Very difficult game, but very, very fun game.
It's the Gundam game Bandai will never give us.
It's true. That's exactly what it is.
Man.
So I had never played an Armored Core before Armored Core 6. But
really?
I immediately felt at home playing Armored Core 6 for two reasons. First is that I'm familiar with the difficulty of the Soul series. I've played plenty of those, so that didn't put me off. And second is that the controls for Armored Core 6 feel almost identical to one of my sacred cows, I guess that's a way to say it, from the PlayStation 2. So there was a Konami game on the PlayStation 2 called SLAI, and it is a mech shooter, third person, just like Armored Core. It may even play similar to Armored Core games of the time. I don't know because I never played those games, but it uses the triggers in the same way in that the triggers are each assigned to one of your weapons. You got your bumpers for your shoulder weapons, and then your triggers for your arm weapons. Your X or square, depending on which controller you're using, is your dash. A is your jump. A or X is your jump.
And your boost and stuff?
No, the X is your dash. X and square is your dash, depending on if it's an Xbox controller for X or a PlayStation controller for square. And then the X or A is your jump. And it's dual stick controls, so the left stick moves you and the right stick moves the camera. And even the way that you build your mech is similar in that there's a part that's essentially your range and lock-on control system. Is called an FCS.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in SLAI, you also have a part that does the same thing, except it does a little bit more. And in SLAI, it is an AI that will talk to you while you're fighting, and it also levels up as you use it in battle. So it's one thing that it has that Armored Core doesn't have, but I understand why they don't, because you have other things in Armored Core that kind of improve as you go. Yeah, it felt incredibly familiar to me to play the game, even though I had never played an Armored Core game before, and so I immediately felt at home.
I hadn't played a game since probably Armored Core 3. And that was way back in the day. But what was the game, the mech game me, you, and Johnny played? for a while on Steam.
Oh, that was Hawken.
That was fun. that
Yeah,
was a good one.
That was Hawken. Hawken was excellent, but unfortunately, it is currently not alive on Steam.
Yeah.
There
Great
is
game.
talks about them bringing it back to Steam, but it's under a different developer now, and they've mostly stuck to consoles.
Oh, ooh, no. That was a fun game. I love that one. That one was fun.
It was
A
good.
lot of fun.
It was good. But yeah, that's what I've been doing: Pokemon and Armored Core, and playing Digimon whenever locals decides to fire.
And speaking of the Gundam game Bandai won't give us, Bandai's pulling the plug on Gundam Overwatch. I mean Gundam Evolution.
Yeah. I saw that. That was fun. Did you play during the beta?
I played one of the open betas, yes,
Yeah.
and then I played a little bit after the game came out, but like matchmaking was just the. I mean, it was. Once I got in the game, it was fun, but it was just getting in the games.
Oh no, I found I was beyond my prime. The game was fun, but I was just trash.
Okay. Me
It
too.
was it was very fun, but I was definitely not good at it.
Well, and I don't think it was not very balanced. I felt.
Neither
I'm
was
also-
Gundam Wing.
But I'm also the guy sitting there playing heavy arms, just holding down both fucking triggers
Yeah.
on the capture point, like I'm doing something.
And that's the way it should be. Could you imagine running it if you was playing capture the point, like if you had any Gundam to sit there, it would be heavy arms from the Gundam Wing Endless Waltz. That type of heavy arms, like just
that was
endless.
The one they put in. That was the one they put in the game was heavy arms custom.
I mean that's the guy. You're not getting past him. Oh.
I just played the GM most of the time.
Dude, the GM felt so good. It had no reason feeling that good. I played Gem a lot too.
I like games where my mech feels like a mech, and I should remember the game that. What was the mech game that absolutely flopped? That came out for PC a while back.
All of them.
What was it?
All of them.
No. It was. I mean, it really flopped. Like it was like you could do the battle system. It was supposed to be like a Destiny, but with mechs. What was that called?
Oh, I don't remember the name of it, but I know the one you're talking about.
But I like the way that felt because I felt like I was in a mech.
What was it? It was EA, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I should remember this. I think it was so atrocious I blocked it from my mind.
I know what you're talking about. Anthem.
Yes. Anthem. I like the way it felt because I love playing like big, heavy tank mechs, and when I would play, and I would use the controller, not the keyboard and mouse. I know I'm trash, but I love the way the rumble felt because when I would propel forward, it would rumble, and I would feel like I was propelling forward. And then when you stopped, your camera and everything would lunge. I was like, yeah, this is how it would feel like. You're not going to be perfect. Like if you're a human being inside this massive machine, this is what this is going to feel like. And that was the only thing I liked about it. Felt real. Terrible game, but felt real. The piloting felt amazing. But yeah. So not a lot of TCG action.
Not in the last little bit, no.
If you get a chance, I highly recommend Armored Core 6. I think you'll like it, especially once you unlock the parts and stuff to make a heavier mech.
Oh yeah.
I think you'll enjoy it.
I love that. And I like mech just in general. I love mech games. I like space games too. So I've been thinking about getting Starfield. I don't know. Because I played the heck out of No Man's Sky 2.0. way too many hours in that game. So I love that game. So anytime I can be in outer space or use giant robots, I'm all about it. But I guess getting back into TCG realm, what has Digimon really got? What have we got going on? Like, so let's see, when does RBO1 releases? When's it releasing? It's soon, isn't it?
I want to say like a few weeks, but
Yeah, that's
I
what I
could be
thought.
wrong. RB01.
Release date
The 29th.
Okay.
The 29th. A little over a week. Yep.
Phew, gosh. So,
9 days.
it is
9 days.
upon us.
Are we going to talk about the just I'm just going to say now. Don't buy pre-sale. Has anyone looked at pre-sale?
No, I'm kind of scared to.
Just look at Proximamon. There's like one person has one listed.
I don't.
And he's got it listed for $70 regular art. There's no listings.
Dang.
There's no listings for the alt art, so I don't know what's going on here. Yeah, $70. Don't buy pre-sales, people.
Cheese and crackers.
And a lot of the like reprint cards are like $7 and $8, which I mean that's cheaper than what the originals were. But I see those prices going down too because a lot of these cards aren't currently seeing play. They just held
Magnanimon.
Yeah, they just held value because the set that they're from is no longer in production.
It's expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm excited for the set, because Ghost Game was my jam. Loved the series. I'm looking forward to see all the Gamamon shenanigans and all those starters, coming into their own now finally, and seeing some Amphimon decks and some Goremon decks, all that stuff. Ready to see them hopefully doing something in the near future. I'm dreading Drew's Tyrannomon deck, where he'll bastardize my poor Gamamon into making him into that dumb green dinosaur, red dinosaur.
It's okay. It's okay.
I'm sorry. I have bitterness.
I noticed.
See, I guess it's weird because I've been so detached. Like I said, I've built some decks. I've been sitting on some decks, but just from watching online locals and stuff, I haven't seen nothing too crazy. I feel like we've settled into this meta, and I'm seeing a pretty well-rounded version of decks consistently from Alphamon, Shine Greymon, even Black War Grey Toolbox, Black War Greymon, Belphamon. I've felt like we've been here for a minute and nobody's really complained too much. So I think that's kind of good.
Yeah.
I know people's getting hyped for the next sets because we're all the way on BT15 in reveals.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
And there's a lot of hype for the next two sets after, RBO1. So I know hopefully we'll bring in some new players with those sets, to be honest.
I'm hoping so too. Like, I don't know. My problem with the current format right now is like, I just have no desire to play like hardly any of the like meta decks currently. So it's like the power scaling is there. So it's like I know if I one of those things like I feel like any deck can beat any deck, but like right now, like the top decks are top dog in the format we are in right now. Like Alphamon and Royal Knights, Shine Greymon. Like I don't know, like I was super excited to play Mirage, and like I built it, and I don't know, I lost the like. I started playing Ravemon, and then started playing Dark Knightmon again, and I have yet to actually play full power Mirage Galgamon.
I mean, he's smacking an Ultimate Cup, so
All right.
I mean, really dominating Ultimate Cups.
Yep.
I know a lot of people's upset about another blue deck, but I mean,
That blue's just strong, dude.
blue just does what blue does, and it's good at it.
Yep. And I'm just hoping that, I mean, Konami doesn't hit Mirage completely and just, hits it in the Ulti Cup list and doesn't hit it on the actual list. Like, and then I've also been playing Machine Dramon again. And then I love that the week I go to locals and play Machine Dramon, like the following week they release all the new support, and I'm just like, oh, okay. And then like I'm looking at all this new support, like, oh, this is cracked. And then I look over at the Ulti Cup ban list, and I'm like, oh yeah, they put Analog Man to 1 in Ulti Cup. They're about to release a bunch of really nice Machine Dramon support. Bye bye Analog Man. I just see it coming.
Well, here's the thing. This is my opinion. Ulti Cup, because it's one of the points. Talking about we'll go right into this transition into the tournament scene.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Ultimate Cup needs to just stay the Ultimate Cup. Those bans, for the most part, should just stay in there. I think. And then if it does seem to be a problem, maybe, but I think Ultimate Cup should be its own thing because there is pluses and minuses to that format.
It's its own format. Look at Magic with all of its formats, all of its failing, very, very miserably failing formats. And
well, Pokemon, everything does it.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess Magic's like I was talking to one of my buddies that I used to play Pokemon with. He was telling me that a couple of his friends were about to move back, and they were trying to get a Williamsburg Pokemon scene going again. And I was talking to him about it, and he's been playing Magic, and it's like, I guess Pioneer and Standard are very, very dead formats. So it's like you're either playing Modern or Commander. And
probably the cheaper of the formats.
Modern and Commander.
Well, because you got to think about it. Modern, you don't have to bust. You just buy your deck. And Pioneer, to be the best, it's really, really expensive to stay on top of that. And with Commander, to me, if you buy a Commander deck, this is a lifetime investment.
Yeah, no. Commander, like CEDH gets really expensive, obviously.
Yeah,
but that's that's a thing of it all of its own. But I don't know.
I mean, that's why I've sold a lot of my Magic cards and not
like
my
Modern.
Commander
I feel
decks.
like Modern has a big barrier to entry too because of the price tag. But it's also stuff in Modern's not going anywhere. It's what's Modern. But I don't know. And then Yu-Gi-Oh's been popping off with Edison format.
Now, no, wait, what's that? I haven't heard of that. I'm not in the Yu-Gi-Oh scene real big, but
So like Edison format. What year was this? It was an older. It's what pretty much it is. It's an older ban list, and you can only play with cards that were released at that time.
Okay, gotcha.
But it's Edison format. What year was that?
See, I could Google this as well, but I'm just going to depend on you to look it up.
I just like Edison format because it lets me play Blackwings, and I like Blackwings.
Well, but okay, but like that, your point.
And there's Goat format too, but Edison format's actually getting some like side events at big regionals and stuff like that. So like Edison's actually like, I feel like Konami's really trying to pick it up or try to do something with it. So the 2010 Shonen Jump Championship in Edison, New Jersey. So that's why it's called Edison format. So it's that format of when that tournament took place.
Oh, gotcha.
So it's a 2010 Yu-Gi-Oh. So
now that seems a little exclusive.
Before Xyz and all this stuff, so it's pretty much fusion, synchros, frogs, black wings. Yeah.
But I think it's healthy that every game has a format. Like Pokemon has Gym Leader Challenge. Very fun format. It does have an expensive ceiling, but yet, as the game keeps progressing, it's from black and white up until, current gen, just no rule box Pokemon. So, I mean, it can keep growing. It keeps expanding. And I think every game needs these types of formats. So I'm not saying that Ultimate Cup is bad at all. I enjoy a lot of Ultimate Cups because it lets me play decks that normally wouldn't survive in the free-for-all meta in Standard.
And then there's a group of guys on TikTok that have kind of made their own Yu-Gi-Oh! Format, and they, get all dressed up and play with the actual dual discs and stuff.
I love that. I watch those, and I don't even, because some of them are just really good Yu-Gi-Oh players, and some of them are just characters. Yeah, I love it.
yeah. Like some of them get pretty goofy, and some of them are just fun matches. It's like, okay, these guys are playing actual competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! In this, and it's like a singletons format too. So like, the only card they have their own ban list, and like the only cards that you can play multiple of in a deck is cards that like list itself. So like Fruit Dragon, when this card is sent to the graveyard, summon another Troop Dragon from the deck. So since it references another version of itself for its effect, you can play multiple Troop Dragons. But
I like that.
Yeah, but I don't know, interesting little concept. But it's it's like make the card game fun, man. Like every card game gets stale, and yeah.
Well, but this is me. Like I said, I've played more Ultimate Cups now than I have regional. However, prizing is, we're beating this dead horse here. Prizing has been something that is rough, and we've never had a in-person Ultimate Cup. They've always been online. So, whereas now with Pokemon, Magic, all this stuff, they always have side events or actual events where they're hosted there. There'll be the main, Modern Magic, and then there'll be CEDH, and then there'll be Commander, side games. Same way with Yu-Gi-Oh! Same way with Pokemon. There's the main Pokemon event. To me, I think if Digimon really wants to thrive, in a sense, is which I think they're going in the right direction. I do. I feel like it. But once again, you guys will know later on once we reveal this. It's catered more to my person. Locals needs to have solid prizing. I think we need more of the advanced deck type tournaments. I think those are cool, like the basically an Ultimate Cup at locals. Yeah. Those are fun.
Okay, so it's funny that you mentioned that because whenever I was at the shop the other day talking about the new stuff that's coming out for Digimon, I think it was Logan said that there would be a tournament specifically for the upcoming starter decks.
But he didn't know if they were if it was gonna have its own rule set or what. But there was going to be a event for those deck releases, like the Bielsamon event.
I love that. It's healthy. It's good.
Also, I don't know if you guys saw, but something got posted up today saying that I think it's the Metal Garurumon in that deck has an error, and so there will be a dash pack issued with the structure deck with an eroded version of the Metal Garurumon to compensate.
At least they're fixing it.
Hey, that's fast. That's fast, though. Thank you. Get on top of it. I like that. See, There we go,
Oh.
boys.
They're
but this is-
learning.
They're learning. They're developing. I think one of the things that is the most talked about, though, over the last month is the announcement of the North American regionals at at Bandai Card Game Fest. North American Championship Finals has been changed to an open event as of September 7th, 2023. North American players who won an invite from regionals will have priority registration and receive a 2-round bye in place of their invite. Boy, oh boy, did this cause a ruckus.
Oh yeah.
This was woo boy. I knew when Discord notifications just was like boom, 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 boom. I was like, oh no, what has happened? And this happened. And how do we feel about this, boys? I mean, I'm not going to get to go to it because it's nowhere close.
Yeah. No.
But for those of the you young guns out there living life, or if you're well enough that you can go to these events and you've planned for these events, to me, I think it's acceptable. I wish they would have announced it from the beginning, but I think that was a ploy because this isn't just something you drop spur of the moment, in my opinion. I just think they wanted people to go to regionals, blah, blah, blah. They needed regionals to perform. They needed all this stuff to perform. And then they made this announcement. But I think they knew since the beginning, which is the reason a lot of people are salty about it. But overall, I am welcoming to this. However, very competitive people, and I am a very competitive person, do not like it. Because what is the importance of regionals now? If this happens every year.
I think they did this as a we promised more in-person events and we dropped the ball, so come to this one. I don't think this will be a standard going forward. I think if they get more in-person events rolling, then it'll go back to earn your invite. But they're in this weird spot of they're losing a lot of people and I'm one of these people. I don't like playing. Like, I don't care to sit down and play a scrim on webcam. No problem. But I cannot sit here and webcam battle all day long.
It sucks.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing is that we've seen, just from what we've seen multiple instances of cheating, like big time cheating, take place in these online events.
That was just camera angle.
That's just what we've seen. That's not counting for
what's not been caught.
What's not been caught, because I guarantee you there have been 10 times as much cheating that hasn't been caught in these online events.
May I quote a Warhammer player? If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying to win. No, don't cheat. But like, I just don't like the ones that got caught. Like, I mean, blatantly caught. Like, I don't know how they made it that far into the event, or like if they just fumbled the bag, because like obviously it was working for them until like the end. Like, I don't know if they just got lazy or got cocky. But yeah, no, I don't have it in me to do a big webcam event. I'm sorry. And unfortunately, none of the, few in-person events have been feasible for me to go to. So I have yet to play a regional level event or an Ulti Cut, because Ulti Cup's the same thing. I don't enjoy sitting here playing over a webcam for, hours on end.
It's rough. It's different than when, like, don't get me wrong, the first couple, I was like, this is great. I can sit here. I have my own food. I'm not paying for a hotel room. It was cheaper. But then by the third or fourth one, I was miserable because I didn't have, I hated going into my house, coming back here and sitting down, waiting or winning the match or getting forfeited or whatever, or me forfeiting myself, and then I have 45 minutes to go sit and come. There was nothing really to do. Whereas when you're at an event, you can go talk to people, you can go check vendors, you can go buy cards, you can do lots of things. Being at home was great, like I said at first. It just turned stale extremely fast.
It loses the magic of going to a
Yeah.
big venue. And
Like when we went to Pokemon regionals, it was totally different. Totally different. And I could take where one was close, like Digimon when I went to Atlanta, there was not a lot for my kids to come to. Whereas at Pokemon regionals, I bought them their little day bands and they got some side event tickets. And, Josie was old enough. She got to be taught how to play Pokemon. She got to buy her little plushie. She got to look around and meet people. It was a very good experience for her being younger. Whereas, the Digimon one, there was nothing to do. There was a con going on, but which One Piece was a part of. But the Bandai and Dragon Ball Super people were all over in another room. And it was just us. So. But yeah, I think in person needs to be a thing. But the 2-round buy, I think this is kind of iffy, to be honest. I'm more.
I feel like I feel like someone is going to lose on the bubble, and Facebook is going to explode because they're going to blame. Well, if I didn't get that 2-round buy, I wouldn't have lost on the bubble. This was blah blah blah. It's coming. I can see it now.
Yeah.
Someone's going to bubble out because of those buys, and then it's just all hell's going to break loose on social.
And I think that 2-round buy is like, I like playing games to get warmed up. Like my in-person regionals or even at locals, lots of times I'm not warmed up till game 2 or 3. So,
and we talked about this too. Is like I feel, and I may be wrong for saying this. I'm not a TO, whatever. I don't know the logistics or how feasible, but instead of a 2-round buy, just give them like instant day 2. But then, like we talked about, that makes day 2 a bigger, longer event.
Yes.
But I don't know.
And venue costs. I don't know how much any of that costs. Trust me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even want to wrap my brain around it at this point. But I don't think it's. To me, it's like, especially if you drove to these regionals or you stayed at these regionals that were probably closed for not many people. I understand why they think it's kind of a slap in the face, the 2-round buy.
Yeah, because I mean, I'll say it. You went to these events, you played, you earned it. You earned your spot to be there. That's why I feel like maybe like an instant day 2 would have been more rewarding than just. Yeah, you just get 2 wins, 2 buys. That may potentially screw.
And I mean, it could. It could legitimately screw you over.
Because like you've experienced this at smaller events,
The bubble's so vicious.
The point system and how you can. Because
what if my 2 first opponents are dog water?
Right.
And they go on to lose the event. Like they go 0-3 and they're gone. Those games will not matter once I get to the cream of the crop. If I do make it into round 8 or 9, I could get bubbled out super easy.
Or my 2 opponents, scrub out the rest of the day, but they play all 10 rounds, while your opponent scrubbed out and dropped after round 4.
It could hurt me. I mean, we've experienced this on a local level because it's like, man, how did I win? How did I go 2-1 and end up 5th? It's like, well, you went 2-1 because, no offense, who did you beat? It's one of those. No one wants to say it, but that's how it goes. It's like, Mikey, who did you play? And I'm like, shut up. We're like, it's not like I'm over here playing like Tiny or Penguin, with their top tier decks or anything. It's just me playing,
Yeah.
I don't know, like.
Now wait a minute. When has Penguin ever played a top tier deck?
When he first started.
He plays top tier annoyance.
Yes, there we go.
And we're not throwing shade. He will admit it. He builds his decks to be they may not win, but that you're going to sit there.
He has fun.
You're going to sit there. You're going to play a game. It is going to be an event. Hope you brought snacks.
Or it's like the time, Jess Gallant Mom popped off and she was playing me, but then, it sucked because she won, her two of her 3 rounds, and sadly one of them was me, and is like, I'm sorry, I went and lost the rest of my matches. It's like, I didn't help her any that day. It was rough, so. The bubble is vicious. And I made a TikTok about it. A lot of people didn't know what on the bubble meant. This is in lots of sporting events, where points and buys matter, So we always joke and say a win's a win. However, it can affect you at the end of the day.
Yep, in the long run, is it really a win?
And let's go ahead and look. So October's rolling around here, and they have October through November 2023 regionals. Still get the cheap deck box, get a cool championship play mat, but let's see. So we've got our first one is October 7th in Greenville Convention Center in These are for North American only, guys. So that's in person. And then sadly, October 14th is online by Top Cut. Core TCG, October 21st, online. Play TCG, November 4th, online. Top Cut, November 12th, online. Core TCG, November 12th, in person in Pasadena Convention Center in Pasadena, California. It's like, okay, we've got one on the East Coast. You got one on the East Coast and one on the West Coast. Everybody in the middle, sorry.
Yeah, just hope you like to drive. Or fly, or have money.
And a lot of people get upset because every other region, European, Oceania, they do not have near as many tournaments, period, as we do. Like Oceania only has like 3, period, 2 online, 1 in person. Europe has, okay, that's weird. It gives the actual location on a map. But yeah, there's 2. One's in Liverpool and one's in Hanover, and so they get 2 and 2. 2 online, 2 in person, and then Latin America probably comes out the same, 2 and 2. So not a lot of in-person events, and not a lot of online events for a lot of people either, which I think that's because of tournament organizers and Bandai. That's not anyone's fault. That, I think. And prizing. Prizing is rough. You used to get a lot more prizing, and now you get participation. You get a deck case, which is the cardboard thing, a memory gauge, regionals participation card set 3, and event pack 5. Now, event pack 5, I don't think is anything too crazy. It's got Gravity Crush, TK and Kari, Izzy and Mimi from BT5, it looks like. You got Gabumon Matt, Agumon Tai, got Flame Hell Scythe, Attack of the Heavy Mobile Digimon, Rise Greymon X Antibody, Blazing Memory Boost that looks just like the normal Blazing Memory Boost. A cool Mamimon. I mean, some of these cards are cool. Like, I do like the backgrounds, like the Shoutmon, the Ignitemon, that they changed the background to this cool digital thing. All the others, to me, kind of lackluster. I don't think they're that great. So that's what you get for, and now the participation card set Me being a gogglehead, I think they stepped up their game. Have you guys seen those cards?
No.
Oh, boys. Let me show you these. Let me show you these bad boys. Just join that right there. Look at it. It's pretty cool. We've got, I don't think I can zoom in anymore, but we've got Shoutmon X7, Emperor Greymon, Gallantmon, Imperialmon Fighter Mode, Shine Greymon, War Greymon, and Seriousmon in some really, really amazing artworks. Just
Honestly, they all look amazing, but the one that stands out to me is the Imperial Dramon.
beautiful. Just the colors, like everything's red. And then you just see the blue green, and it's just like, look at that. It just pops. But yeah, they're all goggleheads. I get it. I'm sorry.
Also, it's the BT12 Gallantmon, and I'm hot for that because the BT12 Gallantmon is dope, and that art is excellent.
Yes. But see, they're relevant cards too. They're new. So we got the Raid War Greymon, Shine Greymon, of course, from BT12.
I don't care what you say. X7 is still relevant.
No, I mean, I agree, and it's really cool artwork. Like, I like that one too. It gives it that very mech. This is a giant mobile Digimon here.
This is as Gurren Lagann as you're going to get.
Yeah, but great artwork, and you get that for participating. So to me, they have stepped it up. A decent amount. But still. It's not that great. Like the memory gauges, the acrylic memory gauge counters are cool. You got Vidramon, you got Pulsemon, you got my mind went blank. Yeah.
And Ryudamon.
Yes. The memory gauge can just burn it, just throw it away. It's the same one from every other regional. Just throw it away. If you participate in anything, you got like 6 of these, just get rid of them.
They just do a playmat already.
For the judges out there is a new judge pack.
Yeah. There's a new judge pack, and now they're pretty sweet. Because of course you get all your wonderful. You get your Agumon expert, your Terriermon assistant. You get you get 3 Terriermon assistants here, and you get your both Agumon experts, your fake Agumon expert, your Bokumon. You get EX4 and BT5 fake Agumon expert. You get your promo Wizardmon, not bad actually, and your Balmon from BT14, which is pretty doggone cool because Beelzemon's so relevant.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you're looking to bling out your Beelzemon deck, Judge Promo, Wizardmon, and Balemon incoming.
Yeah, and they look great. And like I said, that deck's still super relevant, even though a lot of people have swept it on the rug. Still stupidly explosive deck. But guys, what are we gonna do here? Like I said, we've talked about this for so many podcasts. We're going in the right direction, but I feel like we haven't quite got the steam. We haven't quite got going yet. Like, I mean, the deck boxes need to step up. There's local deck boxes for One Piece that are better. And if you follow Premium Bandai, I hate to say it, you're done going to see some jaded experiences. If you look at the premium gear for One Piece versus the Premium Bandai stuff for Digimon. Like, it's done going in a rough direction again because just like Dragon Ball Super kind of waned out and they didn't do a lot with it. It seemed like the cheap binders and the collector sets and all that. Digimon hasn't had anything too crazy. Like we've had the Diaboromon Tamers. They're going a lot into the VPET line. The best thing we've had in a while is probably, to me, is the Beelzemon Premium Bandai set, which was great, and the Diaboromon Ace set. 2 really cool things if you're a Digimon collector. The deck boxes, to be honest, the second anniversary set, because the cards were not super relevant, where as Diaboromon, by the time you get this, will actually have Diaboromon. You know, like it's going to fall. Like I felt like they did better at this. Like Beelzemon's probably not going to go nowhere for a little bit. He's still going to creep up. He's going to be like Beelstarmon. But now if you look at One Piece, and I'll say this again till the day I die, because I'll just beat this horse to death, is the amount of stuff they put out. Like right now, you've got the One Piece Pillars of Strength storage box set. I mean, come on. You literally get... See what all you get from this. There's 5 types. You can get an Ace, a Nami, a Shanks, Trafalgar Law, and Eustace Captain Kidd. And you get a cool... It is a cardboard, but Digimon used to make these too, and they quit. They're very good actual, like, cardboard... What are they? The 200 card holders or whatever? Mm. And then... yeah. And it comes with a booster pack, a Pillars of Strength, a playmat, and a storage box. So, not bad. Oh, it comes with 1 box. 1 box. Booster pack, Pillars of Strength, a box. And it's $140. That's actually pretty good because, yeah, that's worth $140 for a booster box, a playmat, exclusive One Piece playmat. Yeah. Totally feel like you're getting your value there. It's just sad. It's just sad the amount of stuff. And here's another one. Premium card collection set. Not stupid relevant cards, but some good cards. Some pretty cards. I mean, like I said, like if you play Big Mom's Pirates and stuff, like there's some cards in there, and there's a Charlotte. Like I said, you know, Big Mom Pirates. There's some stuff going on that you're going to want. There's a Sura, which is good. That's good. If you're playing Black, Navy, not a bad. Once again, I just feel like by the time you order these and get them, they're still going to be relevant in the game. Whereas a lot of our stuff for Digimon hasn't kept up. You guys know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, we don't. We get like the sleeves every couple months.
Ooh, the sleeves are bigger this time. I found out.
I saw that. Yeah,
they
like
don't go in your
larger.
standard over. Your over sleeves will not go over them. Kind of upset about that because you guys know how I am. Anytime I buy art sleeves, I oversleeve them.
Mm-hmm.
So, someone said they do not fit in your standard over sleeves. So I'm sad.
I saw somebody posted a picture of, you know, them on top of the other art
just
sleeve.
A smidge bigger.
Just
which sucks. Makes it enough not to fit. We still love Digimon. Don't listen to me. Like I get on here and rant about this stuff because I want to know your all's opinion. But you know, I still love the Digimon card game.
No, yeah, no, same. It is still like I've been dabbling back into Yu-Gi-Oh just to have something else to do because our locals doesn't always fire, and you know I play a lot of Master Duel because you know online client
helps a lot.
Yeah.
It's the only way I've been playing Lorcana.
Yeah. Shout out.
Because there's no product out there still to this day. Good luck. Set 2's coming out though, boys. Don't worry. You might be able to play during set 2, but I think it's just going to be like everybody fusses, but One Piece did the same thing. One Piece set 1 was limited. It's still just now down to $100 a booster box. But Pillars of Strength is like $78. So you know what I mean? That's just the way it is with card games. Nowadays, anyway. I think that's it. I think that's all I've got for regional stuff. Now, do you guys have anything y'all want to put in on what we should do? You know, maybe Bandai will finally listen to one of our podcasts and be like, hey, these guys seem to know what they're doing.
We don't.
Okay. So regionals is normally, or worlds, I guess nationals in this case.
Yes.
Nationals.
Yeah.
Nationals is a 2-day event, right?
Mm-hmm.
So why not, instead of giving them a 2-round bye, just let it be a guaranteed day 2?
That's
if you have
That's
the
what I
qualifiers.
that's what I was saying.
That is the solution. Okay.
Mhm.
So many other
Games do that.
competitive games do that, where if you earn your entry, then you just get an automatic day 2.
Yeah, it turns day 1 into pretty much a last chance qualifier, and then day 2's the actual regional. The only, like I said, the only downside to that is you're
PAX done
gonna
run them off.
you're gonna have a longer day 2.
And PAX done proved that you can't do that because they literally went from a standard 3 round to a best of 1 format for day 2. So, which to some of these games it doesn't matter. Like Dragon Ball Super, One Piece. A lot of these games don't care. It seems Lorcana's done wanting to go to that format, a best of 1. So, and we've experienced that. Best of 1 isn't always terrible, but once again, it does seem to knock certain decks into different categories. Like, it does, to me, it does bring red back down a little bit. Mulligan helped red a lot, but in a best of 1, it does seem to kick it down a step again. Red is at a bigger disadvantage if there's a lot of blue players, a lot of purple decks, decks that just have more draw power. Best of 1 can be tough, can be a brutal format. There's lots of things we could do, Bandai. Just talk to us. Put out another survey that doesn't, I don't know, that's more relevant.
A survey that actually asks the good questions.
Yeah, give us some better sleeves. Oh, man, I'm a genius. Also, speaking of better sleeves, time to give a shout out to our number 1 sponsor, Prismatic Defender. Yep. Don't break the bank. To bling out your jank, go to www.prismaticdefender.com to pick you up some sleeves today. And also, here coming soon, you can go check it out on the website. There will be the launch of the new colors and new pattern of hollow matte sleeves. Yep, you can get yours here soon, hopefully. So you guys need to go check them out. Use SecCheck 15 at discount or at checkout to get your 15% off discount. Also, anything over $50 gets free shipping within the US. You can get tons of things. You can get play mats. You can get the moisture packet, so your cards don't crinkle. You can get all kinds of stuff from them. Play mat, sleeves, regular mat, hollow mat, holographic inner sleeves, penny sleeves. You can get it all. So go check them out and use our code SecCheck15 at discount.
And they shuffle so good.
Man, I've missed them. Like,
so
don't get me wrong.
satisfying.
Oh, like I was sitting there, and even the guys at Mana House and me were talking. Dragon Shield was like, oh yeah, Dragon Shield are the best. Then we found Prismatic Defender, and I was like, they're good. They're good sleeves. And then I ran out, and I went back to, because me, I love Obsidian, love black, and I went back to doing it, and then I picked up my Starmon deck that's in the purple ones, the Aurora ones.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, do they shuffle like butter. Like, I love it. And I'm like, man, I miss this. I need more sleeves. I need them. But Wave 2 will be coming, and you guys will be able to get your hands on some. Insert cool noise, whoever's editing this podcast, because now we're getting to the Jank to Rank tip of the week. And I thought this was a good tip, just in card games in general. And I picked networking. And by that, I meant sometimes your play group is small, or like we don't get to play as much. I think it's good to broaden your player group to get a better variety of players you play against, because we all have our same styles, or we don't seem to branch out as much. So it's nice to have opponents at your fingertips that specialize in a certain archetype or a certain deck, or just good for your overall health to network with other people to get difference of opinions, like broaden your horizon, open your mind to gain more knowledge from other people. I think networking is important to make your next step up into your next echelon of, playing. Unless your play group is just gods, unless you guys have just won the last 3 Digimon Nationals, last 8 Pokemon Regionals, 3 NAICs, maybe not, but still think networking is a wholesome way to level up in your
Yep.
TCG experience.
Yep, and just let you talk about things like other players may think of cards or strategies that would mesh well that maybe you just overlooked or didn't think about using for some reason. I mean,
For sure. Like I said, me, I have every deck built, but I only know how to pilot so many of them decently. The
Right.
rest of them I'm just throwing cards out there and hope it sticks. So
You're just behind the wheel, just
Mhm.
staying between the lines.
Really, really good example of that. So, even though Royal Knights has been topping all over the place since BT13 came out, I had never played against a Royal Knight deck until not this past weekend, but the weekend before.
Mhm.
I got my first taste of playing against a Royal Knight deck, and I was piloting Beelzemon, which is the first time that I have played the Beelzemon deck. So that was something. It was interesting. It was definitely made me realize just how strong that deck really is.
Yeah, I've been watching like online matches and stuff, and like you're just watching this person play, and you're just like, oh, they're not doing anything, and then you blink, and there's like 12 level 6s on the board. And you're like, wait a minute.
So I managed to win that match with the Beelzemon deck.
I remember seeing that message. Didn't you about mill yourself to death?
Yes. I won that game literally whenever I drew my last card at the start of my turn. There were no cards left in my deck, and
Oh
I
wow!
managed to pull off the win.
Talk about a grinder.
The reason that he didn't beat me is because for whatever reason he only drew one Omnimon, and the Omnimon he played was to clear my initial stack because I rushed up to a level 6 really fast. I got a Beelzemon out on the board when I only had like 8 cards in trash. And he slapped down an Omnimon because that was his only answer to get rid of my Beelzemon really quickly. Well, he did that, and then I immediately, I don't remember what it was I did on the next turn, but I deleted his Omnimon. I think I played a Rival's Barrage, just like hard played a Rival's Barrage, to kill his Omnimon. Well, since it got deleted that way, it went to the trash instead of being tucked underneath his King Drezel.
Mm-hmm.
And he never drew another Omnimon for the rest of the game. There were 3 more Omnimons in his deck somewhere, but he never drew any of the other 3. So he didn't get to do his big combo where he played out all of his pieces from underneath his King Drezel.
That's rough stuff.
Well, it's one of the weaknesses of the deck. You don't digivolve, so that's one less draw.
There's no
step.
draw. Yeah, there's no
Yeah.
draw power. There's no draw power.
Yeah, you're.
So it's at a big disadvantage there. But see, that's what's nice is we can sit here and read comments that put in Sockmons and it stops Omnimon dead in its tracks. There's plenty of ways to get around that. There's plenty of Royal Knights that delete things. There's smaller cards that delete things. There's every deck runs, for the most part, runs something that's going to stop their counter, or what stops their deck. So, and there's going to be more cards coming soon in RBL1 that are going to allow you to just drop and delete a 2K or 3K body. There's a lot of them. So those cards are going to stay around less and less,
I mean, floodgates are there for a reason, but if your deck loses to a floodgate, you're playing something to out that floodgate. Like, you're not just going to take the auto L. Yes, play your Psychmons and stuff, and maybe it'll stall it out and get you back into the game. But they're going to have an answer for it at some point. It's just, can you win before they find their answer?
Exactly. So yeah, this is our Jank to Rank tip of the week. Networking. Broaden your horizons.
Be open to criticism.
And if you're giving criticism, please be constructive. Add something to it. There's too many.
No, Mikey, you're trash.
There's too many comments. It just. I'm a big fan and advocate of Mario and Avault now because they've brought it up in a couple of their YouTube videos. When you put yourself out there like we do, or any podcaster or YouTuber, we're not the end all be all. This is part of networking. We're bringing you all in to our fold. We're bringing you all into our group so that you all can talk to us. We can talk to you all. So be constructive in your criticism.
That's right. Be constructive, not destructive.
Yes,
Yeah.
we build up together and we fall together. It's like if you're that toxic player and you're running off people from your locals or your online group, what are you doing? You're not helping the scene. I mean, you are the problem. You are killing the game. Like, without players, without a community, there is no this.
We're talking to you, Lorcana players.
Is
There's
that
a lot of
is that a problem with Lorcana?
there's so many new people, man. Like a lot of us make jokes. Like for instance, like one of the biggest ones that came out with a game was when I run out of my 7 cards, do I draw 7 more cards? The answer is no. But that's if you've played TCGs for the most part.
You know what what an absurd statement that is.
Yeah.
But this being a Disney IP, it brought in a lot of, like you said, a lot of people who hadn't played card games, but they see Disney and they're like, ooh, what's this?
So they're reaching out, networking with people on Facebook and TikTok and stuff, trying to broaden their horizons. You don't need a comment that has 200 laughy emojis. Unless it's Kevin Tran and we know he's trolling. Then we can all laugh. But for the most part, people seeking knowledge. Like, you need to help them.
Yeah.
So
Which,
it's just like, if you want to be toxic, go back to your Xbox Live party chat.
Which was the reason I went to the shop on Sunday to teach Rowan. Rowan was his name. To teach Rowan how to play the game. Because I can't be a part of this group and say, hey, you guys need to support your scene and help the new players out if I'm not willing to do it myself.
Mm-hmm.
You got to practice what you preach.
Yes.
Oh, thank you. I totally forgot. Thank you for bringing me back in. We have that stuff that we can run 2 tournaments now. Speaking of.
Oh, yeah.
stay tuned, guys. We got some event. Well, what are they? Pack
Tournament
10. Yeah. And we got the championship pack. So I have all that stuff now. We can run 2 16-man tournaments.
and have prize support.
Yeah, and have prize support.
Woo.
Yay! Actual prize support. So for those of you that don't have locals, we're going to try to step up. I'm holding myself accountable. I'm going to try to step up my game and host at least 2 decent locals over the next course before RBO1 starts. So I have 2 weeks. So yeah.
Wait, isn't RBO1 coming out like in 9 days?
Okay, so we'll host one. We'll host
I was
one
gonna
tournament.
say
One turn. Well, you know what? They'll probably still be getting Event Pack 10 during RBO1 anyway. So
Yeah. Hey man, prize support's prize support. I don't think anybody's gonna be like, oh, they're only giving out Event Pack 10.
well, and you gotta think the championship pack is that awesome Gamamon. So or could be the awesome Gamamon. So
Yeah, but we don't know anything about that, do we? You're welcome.
Hey boy.
Yeah. So whoever wins that championship pack, if you get it and it's being held together by Scotch tape, that happened in transit. You open
I
it,
love it.
it's got a freaking like Caterpie in it. Not even Digimon card. Mikey's slid in just random bulk.
Listen, I would never do that. I'm a man of my word. But that Gamamon card is freaking sweet.
It is really nice.
But yeah, I think that's it now. I think that's all I have. No more pig trails.
I mean, we have been told that people want more podcasts of us just talking. Like
Well,
scripts are nice, but you know.
This
Well,
was very blanket.
This time you
Yeah.
got to hear a little bit of us talking about video games, mostly me, but you know,
Yeah.
talking about Armored Core.
Let us be that white noise. Lulls you to sleep at night.
So, just as a refresher, what are some things that are coming out in RBO1 that you're hot for? Since it's only like a little over a week away.
Oh, well, I mean, all the Gamamon support and the Seriousmon stuff. Amphimon, which they'll get better with there's a event pack for them as well. But definitely Gamamon stuff. I'm excited.
I went down and made a little list of a few things that were of note. I looked through the list a couple hours ago just to get a refresher for myself. So a lot of really good reprints in the set. I knew that you would hit on the support for the 3 Ghost Game archetypes.
Yeah.
There's very helpful for all 3 of those archetypes, especially the Gamamon.
Protection.
But as far as the reprints go, incredibly valuable reprints. BT1 TK, BT1 Tai, BT1 Mimi, BT1 Upamon, BT4 Izzy, Jamming Vmon, Magna Angemon, all of the memory boosts, BT2 Demi Maramon, BT3 Lilsmon, and not reprints, but new stuff that may be getting overlooked. There's a few cards for the poop deck in that set.
Yep.
Yes, there is.
The Monzemon, yep. I'm kind of eyeballing it. We get a new Numamon, we get a Monzemon, and then the Shin Monzemon. Which was a new Digimon made. Was he made this year or last year for a VPET?
Last year for a VPET, yep.
Yep. So he is a newer designed Yeah, because he was made for the VPET color. Yep. So they're still cranking out new Digimon every year.
There's
Yeah.
another. Ooh, this is one. The Hover Espamon. Now I don't know. You guys are the Machine Dramon, gurus, but he is a cyborg.
No,
And
he's played.
okay, yeah, because it's the on play when Digivolving, you get to reveal the top card of your opponent's security stack. If that card is a Digimon, you gain 1 memory. Otherwise, you draw 1, return the revealed card face down at top or bottom of your opponent's security stack, and while there's a tamer in play, this Digimon gains blocker. So I mean, hard play that bad boy for 5. Shoot, yeah. Good. Good stuff. Get a dark animal security rookie. Well, not a rookie. He's a champion. You get Black Godamon. Pretty cool. Lots of stuff. Lots of stuff coming. Yeah, you get Espamon. Espamon's a cool little rookie. Cyborg, while there's a tamer in play, you get plus 2,000 on your opponent's turn. Make that blocker even bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Gross.
Get that +2 to your Chaos Dramon line, dude.
I know, that's gross. That.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's on my list is the Espamon stuff. I may, depending on if I can get my hands on the promos, I may try the Diarbitmon deck.
Oh, okay.
No promises on that one. When reprint wise, obviously I'm with everybody. Like I'd like to have some Magna Angemons in my collection. That card, I don't think that card will ever not be a good
$20.
card. Yeah, it will never not be a good card to have.
Oh, and it's going to get better too.
Mm-hmm. I like. Oh man, they reprinted Blossomon that they just put to 1, on the last list. So I'm so glad that they reprinted that. I'm not salty that they're taking all my Digisorption cards away.
I felt it. Also, now all Greymon decks, and I get it, Greymon card game. But now even new players will not have to pay a crap ton for promo 9 Agumon and freaking promo 10 Greymon.
So we think.
Well, I mean,
we hope.
they're just rares. So I mean, yeah, they will be hard to hit, but I mean,
Yeah.
there is a rare slot in the pack, so hopefully you will hit that more often than not.
Yeah. The promo Caramon and Diaboromon, I'm excited for those. 'Cause I really, really think when we get Diaboromon Ace, that deck's going to pop.
What was you about to say, Tiny?
I was going to say, if you think that people are not going to crack open a bunch of boxes of RBO1, you're crazy. There will be plenty of those cards floating around.
Oh yeah.
Oh
dude.
yeah.
I'm sitting over here salivating over these alt art mem boosts, dude.
Every one of those alt art mem boosts looks incredible.
I know they couldn't get better, but they are getting better on their artwork.
Oh, the black one, dude. The black one is just machine vibes, dude. And then all the security rookies are in here. For anyone who still doesn't have their Dorumons, because I think that's the only viable security rookie.
Whoa. I got mine. I got the pretty one.
It's pretty good. I got the affordable one, all right?
I got the championship pack 10.
I think the next salty thing that I've got is they announced that the training cards were going to be box toppers. So just fuck us like always.
I done knew that. I mean,
Oh
that's
yeah, no, I said it too. I was just hoping they would just show up in something, or maybe slide them into the new starter decks like they did the original Mimboost. No box toppers. They love their box toppers.
don't forget, a lot of this is going to be opened. A lot.
Yeah, but I don't know. those training cards are gonna. I mean, every deck,
It's a new staple. Just like
it,
Mimboost was when it
it
first
is.
launched.
It is the new Mimboost, dude. That's why I was hoping they would slide it into a structure deck. And we conveniently
Maybe they
have.
will.
I think saying we conveniently have 2 structure decks, on the horizon. And they already announced what's coming after these, right? We're getting the Rabbits,
Rabbits,
Lotmon Terriermon deck.
the advanced deck set.
Yeah.
Rabbits.
Yep.
Which is going to be good. I don't know if that's going to load. Of course, it didn't load. That didn't work.
Oof.
I was trying to show you guys the Amphimon Ace card. It's beautiful.
Amphimon Ace. Surely not.
It's busted. He's busted. Which we won't get that for a minute. That's in the limited pack sets.
Oh yeah, like there's 2 promos that I'm just drooling over that I don't know when or if we will ever. I mean, obviously we'll get them. We've gotten just about every promo, but like we just win. It's just win. I want my I need my promo Destromon and I need my promo Skull Knightmons. Bandai, please.
Bandai, please. Is there anything else?
No, not that I can think of. I think we covered everything for this time around.
Yeah. Sorry for the lapse in content. Life happens. This is
How
not
dare
a.
it?
Yeah, this is not a full-time thing for us, unfortunately. We all
It does not,
individually.
or we have to have real jobs.
Yep. The real
Or you can
shame.
go check it. You can go check us out on Patreon, Cataclysmic Gamers. Patreon. Go check us out.
Get the exclusive behind-the-scenes podcast that might come out in 6 months, but it'll come.
You'll get it eventually.
I'll hopefully don't get sued by Daddy Blizzard by saying this, but soon, trademark. Soon.
They're not going to listen. They don't care.
The classic.
Soon, trademark. And what was the other one? Working as intended. Everything is working as intended.
You can't forget don't you guys have phones?
Oh, God. Diablo. Don't you? Everybody's got a phone. Get out of here. Throw him off the stage.
Oh, God. Talk about fumbling the bag.
And if that's it, this meeting is adjourned.
Well, yep, I believe so. This has been another exciting episode of the Security Check Digimon TCG podcast. We appreciate you listening, and we'll catch you next time. Have a good one.
Bye.